Minasan, konnichiwa. My name is Alfian, and right now I'm at Enoshima. This is a very beautiful place. Well, this morning it is cloudy, but during sunny days, it is a very nice place to do various sports such as bicycling, surfing, beach volleyball, and etc. So if you have a chance to visit Kanagawa Prefecture, I recommend you to visit this place as well. Alright, now I would like to begin my presentation. First, let me find somewhere else with less noise. Hai, hajime masho. I would like to begin with a brief self-introduction. My name is Muhammad Alfian Wahyu Gumelar. You can call me Alfian, and I come from Indonesia. I'm a full-time student at Keio University. As Kimura Sensei has mentioned in the first week, Keio has a campus in Fujisawa, which is Shonan Fujisawa Campus, or SFC, and I belong to this campus. My faculty is the Faculty of Environment and Information Studies. Right now, I'm a fourth-year student, and I'm currently writing my graduation thesis on happiness economics. Why am I taking this class? As a happiness economics student, I would like to explore how the topics of our class, which are sport, health, and longevity, correlate with happiness. There have been several research papers published on this topic, the relation between sport and happiness, the relation between health and happiness, and the relation between longevity and happiness. And I think it will be very interesting to discuss about this in our class, if we have time. Okay, here are my hobbies. I like making videos for my YouTube channel. It is an educational YouTube channel. I share various things that I'm interested in to my channel. And I also like traveling, and I also like taking MOOCs, which is massive open online courses. By the way, did you know that Keio also provides MOOCs? Keio joined a platform called Future Run around 5 years ago, and this is one of its MOOCs. I think the topic of this MOOC is related to that of our class, about longevity. So if you are interested, you can join this MOOC. Next, my favorite activities to stay healthy. I do not religiously do any sport. Yeah, I already spend much of my time for my academic pursuit and hobbies. So I just do sport just occasionally. Nevertheless, I consider myself a healthy person. And this is how I keep myself healthy. Every day, I meditate for 30 minutes and go jogging for 45 minutes. I do it every morning before breakfast. By the way, I live quite close to Enoshima in Fujisawa City. So I came here for jogging, and while taking a break, I'm making this presentation video. Alright, in this occasion, I would like to give a comparison between the cultures of sports and health in Japan and in my country, Indonesia. Let me begin by introducing my home country first. The Republic of Indonesia is located in Southeast Asia. It is an archipelago country like Japan and the UK. Its climate is almost entirely tropical. And then our population is around 270 million people, and our area is around 1.9 million square meters, around 5 times that of Japan. Next, the cultures of sports in Japan and Indonesia. If we talk about culture, chances are we need to talk about history. So I would like to talk about the history of the cultures of sports in both countries. When the world was still pretty much unsecular, sport was often a part of a religious ritual. We can see the proofs of this in Japan and Indonesia. Back then, sumo was conducted as an entertainment to the gods, kami-sama. Even today, many of sumo rituals are closely associated with Shinto. As for Indonesia, we are a very diverse country. There are around 1,000 ethnicities in Indonesia. I would like to give one example. Nias people. They have a stone jumping ritual called hombo bantu for young males. The stone used in the ritual is between 1.5 to 2 meters in height. This ritual is held as a part of their coming of age ceremony, maybe similar to Seijin Shiki in Japan. So if Japanese people have Seijin Shiki, Nias people have this stone jumping ritual. Next, here are some quick facts about sports in both countries. The national sport of Japan is sumo. Japanese traditional sports include judo, yabusame, and karate. Popular sports in Japan include baseball, association football, and tennis. As for Indonesia, our national sport is a martial art called pencaksilat. Some traditional sports from Indonesia are sepak takraw. It is like a volleyball, but we play it using our feet instead of hands. Jemparingan, a traditional archery from Java Island, and pacu jalur, traditional rowing competition from Sumatra Island. Popular sports in Indonesia include badminton, association football, and taekwondo. Then I would like to talk about the international competitions that these two countries hosted. They are really proud of this. For Japan, it is of course the Olympics. Japan is the first Asian country to join the Olympics at 1912 Stockholm Olympics. It is also the first Asian country to host the Olympics. Yeah, Japan hosted the 1964 Tokyo Olympics, and it is also the first Asian nation to host the Olympics twice. Yeah, it is scheduled to host the 2020 Tokyo Olympics this year. Indonesia, on the other hand, has not hosted any Olympic Games so far, but it has experience in hosting the Asian Games. And there's actually an interesting thing about Japan's Olympics and Indonesia's Asian Games. I wonder why every time Japan is going to host the Olympics, it is always preceded by an Asian Games hosted by Indonesia. Is it a coincidence or is it a pattern? What do you think? Anyway, Indonesia has hosted the Asian Games twice in 1962 and 2018. And here are some highlights of the 2018 Asian Games. The opening ceremony was spectacular. I would say it was crazy in a positive way. For example, because of the traffic jam, the President of the Republic of Indonesia rode a motorbike instead of his presidency car to go to the venue and perform a stunt. Well, to find out if it is true or not, you can watch the recorded video on YouTube. Then South Korea and North Korea also formed a unified team of Korea. And then esports were contested as demonstration sports. Yeah, esports are also very popular in Indonesia. Next, all-time Olympic and Paralympic medals. Japan, 142 gold medals, 136 silver, and 161 bronze. For Indonesia, it is 7 gold, 13 silver, and 12 bronze medals. As for the Paralympic Games, Japan has won 106 gold, 122 silver, and 134 bronze medals. And Indonesia, 4 gold, 4 silver, and 10 bronze medals. Please note that these are only from the Summer Games. I do not include medals from the Winter Games because Indonesia does not participate in the Winter Games. Yeah, we are a tropical country, like I said earlier. Alright, the next part is the comparison of health cultures in Japan and Indonesia. I would like to begin with life expectancy, a common indicator for longevity. These are the 2019 data from WHO. For Japan, the life expectancy at birth is 84.3 for both sexes, 81.5 for males, and 86.9 years for females. Japan is one of the countries with the highest life expectancies in the world. As for Indonesia, it is 71.3 for both sexes, 69.4 years for males, and 73.3 for females. Then here are the diseases that cause the most deaths in both countries. For Japan, number 1 is Alzheimer's disease, and then stroke, ischemic heart disease, lower respiratory infect, and lung cancer. For Indonesia, the top cause of death is stroke, followed by ischemic heart disease, diabetes, cirrhosis, and tuberculosis. Next, food philosophies of both countries. Japan has many interesting food philosophies. Today I would like to choose Ichiju Sansai. Literally, it means one soup, 3 dishes. I think the name is quite self-explanatory. So let me give you a typical example of meal that follows this philosophy. You have rice, and your soup is miso soup. And then the main dish is fish. The first side dish is simmered vegetables, and the second side dish is tofu. You can also include pickled vegetables as an additional dish. On the other hand, Indonesia has what we call 4 sehat 5 sempurna. Translated into English, it will be roughly healthy with 4, perfect with 5. This is our national food philosophy. Well, there are several other nutrition guides issued by our government. I think this is the most well-known one, the most popular one. So let's break down the elements of this philosophy. There are 4 essential food sources: staple, it can be rice or corn or others, and then side dish, usually meat or fish, vegetables, and fruit. In order to be healthy, we need to fulfill these 4 requirements. And if we can complement them with the 5th one, which is milk, it will be very good. Perfect. I would also like to include traditional medicines in this presentation. As many of you have already known, Japan has a traditional medicine called kampo, which has a very long history. Various herbs are used in kampo. The most popular ones were perhaps several species of mushrooms, such as shiitake mushroom. And alternative medicine is also popular in Indonesia. I think the most well-known one is jamu. Like kampo, it also uses various herbs. Other materials such as honey, milk, and chicken eggs are also often used. If you visit Indonesia, I recommend you to try it. It is very refreshing. Okay, that is all for my presentation this time. We covered the sports cultures of Japan and Indonesia, and also a bit of the health cultures of Japan and Indonesia. Because of the 12-minute time limit, there are many things that have not been discussed, such as the sport facilities and the health facilities in both countries. I hope we can discuss them in the next opportunities. Alright, thank you for watching this video and see you again next time. Mata!